Hi everybody, I'm Brad Smith. Hi! This is awesome! I'm here to tell you a story. Story is not called the acid trip, but it's close enough. It's called My First and Only Drug Trip, also known as the dentist story. You see, though people might not know it to look at me, I've not generally been one to go for the whole chemical thing. I don't know, just haven't. This is the way I was raised, and I'm also, though, a very curious sort of person. And so, the strongest thing I've ever done, honestly, is like very strong tea. And so, when I went to get my wisdom teeth out, I'll be honest, I was kind of excited because this was my chance. This was my chance at a legitimate drug trip. I was going to be stoned off my ass and it would be okay because it was the dentist's fault. And so I was excited to find out about this. It was going to be an educational experience. The thing is, it turns out that this Vicodin that I'd heard so much about, yeah, when you're 6'4", really just barely dulls the pain. Vicodin was an extremely disappointing experience for me. But what got me was the gas. And this is the story of what happened to me when I got the gas. Oh. So I go to the dentist, and they, put the mask on, and they say, all right, I want you to count backwards from 10. And now, I decided, all right, you and me, gas, I'm not going to go down without a fight. I am going to beat this. Mind over matter, because one of the many ways in which my mother raised me right is she raised me on Star Trek. And I had a deep and abiding appreciation for Spock from a very young age because he was always cool. He was always in control. And for an extremely hyperactive child, that was just that much more exotic. So I decided, all right, I'm going to do the counting, but I'm not going to pass out. 10, 9, I bet y'all didn't see that coming. All right, so I'm out. I come to, and I'm a little woozy. Things don't feel quite right. I realize I'm in a room. I realize there's a not unattractive woman standing over me. I think I'm having a decent dream. I come to just enough to realize, oh wait, this is a nurse. I'm in the dentist's office. Oh, they want me to leave the comfortable chair. Well, that's unfortunate. So they peel me off the chair and kind of get me just stable enough to move me, and I still have no idea why they do this, to move me to a chair that's sitting just outside of the waiting room. So the people in the waiting room, I'm not in the waiting room, people in the waiting room don't know that I'm there. I have no idea where the hell I am. I'm just in a chair, and I realize I've kind of lost it. I realize there's something wrong with my mind. I must re-exert control. And so I ask myself, in this kind of a situation, what would Spock do? And I remember in the episode A Naked Time, when the crew is falling prey to a virus that makes them all act as though they're drunk, and Spock has succumbed to this virus, and so he is starting to lose his precious grasp on reason. What does Spock do? Come on, we're in Cambridge. Somebody. Anybody? Oh, Spock does math. Yes. Spock does math. So imagine, if you will, you are a patron at this fine dentist's. You are sitting in the waiting room. And all of a sudden you hear from out in the hall, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. And I keep at this for a while, and all right, another thing you need to know about me is I do computer stuff for a living, but I'm almost completely self-taught. When you're self-taught in the field, you have some weird gaps in your knowledge. So I keep doing this, and the next thing that people in the audience are treated to is 512 times 2 is... Oh! 1024 is a power of 2! That's why there's 1024 bytes in a kilobyte! I had no idea! Now I can only assume that at this point, the people in the waiting room were starting to become worried. Because a very nervous-looking nurse comes over to me and hands me a flower for some reason. I'm pretty sure I wasn't just hallucinating that. And then ushers me out of the dentist's office into the car where my significant other at the time is waiting. And with no explanation, deposits me in the car and walks away. At which point, I say to the poor girl, "Hi, I'm fine, I was messed up, but I'm fine. I got a flower for you. Did you know 1024 is the power of 2? At which point, she starts driving, because what else is she gonna do? And you get into that thing where, you know, the person is just drunk enough to think he's not drunk. And so I'm sitting there arguing with her about, no, I was messed up, but I'm fine now. I did math. And they gave me did you know 1024 is the power of 2? Until slowly it starts to wear off enough that I finally realize, oh, I was kind of messed up just then, wasn't I? Oh, geez, I'm sorry, honey. They gave me a flower. And that is the story of my first and only drug trip.